Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. I hope you're doing well today. Today, I'm excited to share a couple cards with you featuring all of Stampin' Up's new core colors, or most of them anyway. My name is Lori DeGroot from Lorita Marie Crafts, and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Calgary, Alberta. And I love to come here live on Thursdays so that I can give you fun tips, techniques, inspiration ideas to help you take your paper crafting supplies and turn them into beautiful projects. So thank you again for joining me. If you're taking the time to watch the replay later, I really appreciate it. And if you ever need any help with anything or have any questions, feel free to just contact me. You can always find out all my information or details at my website, which is loritamariecrafts.ca. So today, like I said, I have got I've got two birthday cards here featuring the new core colors from Stampin' Up and the bright and beautiful designer series paper, which is perfect for any occasion, and you're sure to find a color combination that you love in there. And this is also the star of my new class. So every month I have a class. I call it a Stamp and Create class, and it is a class to go, which means that it is something that you can order ahead of time, and then I put it all together and then send it out to you, and then you get to put it together whenever is convenient for you. So there's a video that you can follow for step-by-step instructions, and it's got everything that you need. So this month's class, June, is so cute. So I was thinking that it would be fun to have something that could be used for any occasion. So of course birthdays are there, but really you could use it for graduation, anniversaries. I guess graduations are going to be mostly done by the end of June, but whatever else that you've got going on. So this is the bright and beautiful DSP. And so look at the colors are amazing, and there's fun, whimsical patterns, plus more solid kind of ombre patterns. There's some more there at the back. And so you're going to get half a pack of the DSP, and so you're going to be able to use the colors and the paper that is right for you. So this class actually features 3 sets of projects, and they're each going to give you a color scheme using 3 of the new core colors, and so you can see how fun kind of colors go together. And you're going to be making, here, let's just show you one. You're going to be making little gift boxes. So I'll show you how to make the gift box. They have a coordinating tag. So there's 3 different sets. So gift boxes, tags, and then also cute little, they're kind of all upside down here. And then cute little 3x3 cards. So perfect for gift giving and just having something little on hand when you need to give somebody something. What's awesome about my classes is that you also get a variety of products to use. So you get the half pack of DSP, plus you're going to get a sampling of cardstock to use for your projects. And then you're going to get this lovely ribbon. So I love this. This is look at this. It's a mess. It's a combo pack here of 3 new colors. So Lemon Lolly, Bubble Bath, and Azure Afternoon. And then we're also going to use my new favorite gems, which are the Tinsel Gems 4-pack, which have 4 of the new colors as well. So many fun products. The class is open now. I'm going to put a link up here, and I'll put it on my website today. I sent out my email yesterday to everyone on my email list, so you can always make sure that you subscribe to my email list if you want to be the first to hear about my classes. So let's get to today's project. So I'm going to go down to my desk. And so like I said, so there's the bright and beautiful suite. And so I'm just kind of showing off the colors and the DSP today, but there is a coordinating bundle that goes with it called the Beautiful Balloons bundle, which is super fun. I used some of that in my catalog launch this year. But I'm actually going to be using, and this is what's in my class as well, is the Something Fancy bundle. So there's these fun labels and coordinating sentiments. And what's great is that it's going to take you through so many different occasions. So you can mix and match. You can make tags, of course, plus labels for your cards. These are little cutouts to help you with your tags. And so that's the bundle I'm going to be featuring today. And then, like I said, all the new core colors. So I don't know if you have a favorite new color. I still can't decide because seriously, they're all my favorites. They're all my favorites, people. They're so fun. So if you've got a favorite, you can tell me in the comments. I would love to know. What is kind of neat about the new core colors is how well they all go together. So today we're actually going to be using strips of cardstock to kind of highlight. And so you're going to get two kind of color schemes. Plus you're also going to see how well these colors go together. So for our first card today, I've just got a basic card. So this is a piece of cardstock cut in half at 5 1/2 and then scored in half at 4 1/4. And I have got 4 strips of cardstock here. And they're all cut at 4 inches by 1 inch. So these are all new colors. And so we're just going to put them on our card like this. So we've got Blueberry Bushel, Azure Afternoon, Pretty Peacock, Lost Lagoon, and Lemon Lime Twist. So some of these colors, actually, let's see, 1, 2, 4 of these colors are returning favorites, right? So these were in colors before. Azure Afternoon is a completely brand new color. And it is a really pretty, fun, bright blue. And you're definitely going to love using it in these summer months and putting, what should we call it, bright and beautiful? Bright and beautiful projects together. It is a really fun color. Makes me think of the ocean, of course. It's so pretty. And it's basically like June in Calgary is usually, that could be all over the place, I guess. But it's typically our rainiest month. And it is 30 degrees today. It is hot. It is hot and sunny. And so I am nice and comfortable in my basement, in my craft room here. And, but it is hot out there today. So it definitely feels like summer. And I feel like I did not space these out very well. So you want to space them out. I'm trying to talk and craft at the same time, but you can tell that's going really well. So you know what? That's going to be too. Here, we all make mistakes, right? I had my craft class the other night and everyone was worried about mistakes, but you know what? Everybody makes mistakes. And then we were shown how you use this little piece on your take your pick tool. Look at this. And it's going to help you get your paper off and not wreck your whole project. I just want to make these closer together so I can fit all 5. I wasn't paying close enough attention here. I guess I'll have to do my storytelling later and card making first. That works really well. Look how well that came off. Fantastic. Let's start again. Okay. So you're going to need a small matte edge. So kind of go maybe 1/8 of an inch to the top. I'll make the mistakes for you so that you don't have to. Sometimes I also just lay them on really lightly so that they're easy to pull off if I need to. So that I'm not like fully committed. Much better. Much better. See, and then now I can go down and smooth them off. And then you can't even tell that I made any mistakes. Cannot tell, right? All right, so there we go. And so then we're just going to create a simple little pop of color in the card. So in the DSP, there's lots of fun. So there's these ombre patterns, but then there's some more, I don't know, detail patterns. So there's stars and there's little bubbles and there's all sorts of kind of cute things. And so what I want to do is one way to create a simple little backdrop on a card is just to cut out with a shape. And so my Stylish Shapes dies get lots of use. They're one of my favorite sets. You're going to use them for all sorts of things. I'm going to use the second largest circle and I'm going to cut it out from this DSP just to give a hint of these fun stars. And what's fun about these is that it's got all the colors in it. So no matter what kind of colors you decide to use in your card, this is going to match really well. So I'm using my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I've got plate 1, 2, cutting plate 3, put my die on there and put my top plate on, and then we're just going to run it through. Runs through nice and easy there. And then we've got our circle. And so that's just a fun way to give a little piece of the DSP. And then I'm going to pop this off my card using dimensionals, which I got somewhere here. So we'll just put, I think, 4 on the back here. So June always makes me think of birthdays, and I always plan kind of birthday cards in June because we have lots of birthdays in our family in June, or lots of celebrations. 3 birthdays, an anniversary, Father's Day, lots of things going on. So I'm going to put it so that it overlaps a little bit of the blueberry bushel and a little bit of the Lost Lagoon, and then it's kind of centered like that. And then we're just going to take about 5 inches of this really fun Azure Afternoon ribbon. So like I said, this ribbon is a combo pack, comes with the 3 colors, and it's got a little bit of silver detailing on it, which is really lovely. And then we're just going to, let's see, I think I'm going to use a glue dot and use that to kind of fold it in half like that. And then I think I'll grab another glue dot if I've got any left on this one. This one's empty. Let's grab a new one. And put a glue dot on the back. And then I'm just going to put this kind of at an angle here. We're going to put our sentiment over top of it. So for our sentiment, so we've got the Something Fancy dies, which are awesome. And so I like this little tiny one if you just want to add a little tiny sentiment. And so they've got happy birthday and congratulations. So it's great for any occasion. And we're going to stamp this. So I've already cut out the label piece. Let me find it. And we're going to stamp in blueberry bushel. Typically when I'm picking the color for my sentiment, I like to pick the darkest color in whatever I'm doing my card in, just so it pops out the best. And when you're using a rubber stamp, I like to practice how it stamps, because sometimes you can see, okay, it's a little crooked this way or that way, and then I can adjust and then usually get it pretty straight on my label. So I use my grid sheet. It was stamping a little high, so then I can kind of correct as I'm putting it on my label piece. Or you can always stamp on your white paper first, then cut it out after, which helps as well. And then we're going to layer this up like this. And so I'm going to put a glue dot on this one end, maybe a couple actually, and then we'll put a small dimensional on the right side there. Let's just grab one of those. And we're just going to put it like that. Simple. And then of course you got to have your gems. So this is called tinsel gems because they're a little bit sparkly because they have tinsel inside. So this is the 4-pack, and it comes with Pretty Peacock. I'm pretty sure, yeah, Pretty Peacock, doesn't say on the back. Blueberry Bushel, Berry Burst, and Lemon Lime Twist. But because, you know, they don't necessarily, you don't even need to have, say, those colors on your card. They're going to go with all sorts of different things. So I'm going to go with the greens and the blues on this card and just kind of mix and match a whole bunch there. Something like that. There's also a tinsel gem 3-pack, which has 3 more of the in colors, so, or the new core colors. So if you got both of those packages of embellishments, you would have embellishments in almost all of the new core colors, which is really awesome. So that's just a little simple, fun birthday card using all these lovely colors together. So let's go ahead and make another one with the same kind of idea. So the strips, but we're going to change it up just slightly here. And both of these cards are a card kit that's right now available with my class. So you can get it as a card kit by itself. And so what I do is I cut all the pieces for you, and you just get the fun of stamping and putting it together. And so that's kind of a fun thing to do. So this time I've got Berry Burst here. And I'm going to layer up a few different things here. So I've got crumb cake and I've got basic white. And then we're going to add more strips. So this time, of course, we're bringing in some of the pinks. But we've got some of the same colors from the last time, and you're going to see again how well they look together. So this time we've got 3 3/4 by 1/2 inch strips. And so we're kind of making some fun stripy rainbow card here. And so let's go ahead and put this on our white first. So our white is cut at 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. And then we're going to just put some seal on the back. And again, I think, actually, I'm going to do them all. What I'm going to do is, like I suggested the first time after I made all my boo-boos, is lay them out loosely so they're not stuck. So if I've got to pick them up off my card, I've got some freedom to do that. So this time I'm going to leave a white space at the top, and the cardstock is going to go edge to edge there. And we're going to go berry burst, and then bubble bath, and then lemon lolly, lemon lime twist, azure afternoon, and blueberry bushel. And actually that one worked out pretty good. You could also have them cut longer if that's easier, and then just flip over your paper and trim it off, right? So if some of these are kind of hanging off a bit, you can just trim them up. So that works too. Okay, and then we're going to put this on the crumb cake piece, which is cut just slightly bigger at 4 inches by 5 inches. You could also just put this right onto the berry burst if you want, but I wanted to create some definition between the stripes and the card base. So we'll just center that onto our card front there, and then we're going to work on our sentiment. So using the Something Fancy label dies again. So you've got 2 sizes in this shape, 3 in this shape, and a couple tags in a hexagon. So this is the middle size of this label piece here. So cut out in white. And I'm going to use the sentiment here that says, here's to beautiful beginnings and happily ever afters. But I'm just going to stamp the top half because happily ever afters makes me think of weddings. And I don't have too many weddings going on here. So I wanted to make it a little more universal. So I'm going to take this, but only ink up to beginnings. You could put a Post-it note or something on there so that you don't stamp too far down. I was going to try to wing it here, but then I did get a little bit. But there, I can just get my chamois in there. So I've just inked up to here's to beautiful beginnings. And I'm just going to stamp it in the middle here. There we go. And then you could put a follow-up sentiment on the inside, like congratulations or happy birthday, or like this could be for anything, right? And you could follow that up on the inside. And then I thought this would be fun. It's like a blank canvas. So you could put, if you've got the balloon bundle, then you could add balloons here to make it birthday. I decided to go with flowers. So I'm going to use my Petal Park Builder Punch here. And I'm actually going to punch right out of the DSP. So that's kind of fun sometimes too. And so this is Bubble Bath. And it's kind of like an ombre look. So I'm going to punch my flowers not so much on the white end, but kind of running from the light to the dark here. And then I'm going to mix and match to create 3 little bundles. And you could kind of like use your fingers or a bone folder to kind of curl up the edges so they're not flat. And sometimes that looks really nice on a card. And then we're just going to layer up these 3 sizes together to create 3 little bundles, or 2 little bundles of flowers. So using the DSP for a flower like this, if you're not stamping, you're just punching out a paper, it just kind of gives it that added dimension without you having to do anything, right? So if you cut it right out of DSP, or right out of cardstock, sorry, it's going to be like just that flat one tone. But this way with some pattern paper, you're going to get a little bit of extra dimension there. So I'm just using glue dots to layer up the 3 sizes. So let's just do that. Okay, so that's going to go like this. So we're going to put one kind of behind the sentiment. I'm going to use a few more glue dots actually. I'm just going to tuck those on the back. And so I want my sentiment to kind of be in the middle like this. So this one's going to be under that one corner, so that can just help me line that up. So this one's going to be here. And then we're going to put dimensionals on these 3 sides. Oh, I need the big ones. And because this is so puffy, I'm just going to put dimensionals on the other 3 corners, and then it'll help it to lay more flat like that. And then we're going to put this one on top here. And so I might put a dimensional on the side that's out, and then a glue dot on the other side. I mean, you can use whatever adhesive that you like. I just like to have it even. So there we go. And then to add just a couple more details to it, we're going to grab some linen thread. And the linen thread will just connect with that crumb cake cardstock that we have. And I'm just going to tie a bow, which is always scary to do on camera. It's like, can I tie a bow? There we go. And we'll just snip that off, go to our trusty glue dots. And then I'm going to layer this one up here. Oops. Like so. And then we're going to use our gems again. This time going with the pinks and yellows. So like I said, these embellishments are going to be awesome because you've got the 4 colors, so they're going to go with so many different projects. Something like that. And these are our 2 cards. So these core colors are all my new favorites, and they are turning into my go-tos for sure. I am using them in all my projects, and it's like I'm going to forget about the classic colors sometimes. I love all the new colors. So I hope this gives you some fun ideas of colors that you can put together, and an idea how to use strips of cardstock in different color schemes for your cards. And like I said, these are going to be a card kit that you can purchase, and I would love to send it to you in the mail as well. So let's come up here for a second. So thanks so much for hanging out and taking the time to watch the video. I appreciate it. If you ever have any questions, feel free to contact me or let me know. And I hope that you sign up for this class, and that you will have fun making those little gift boxes and everything for events that you might have coming up over the summertime. And I will be back. Yes, I will be back next week with some more fun projects. So I hope that you will join me then. So until then, I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend and take care. Bye-bye.